Hello, 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 everybody who's joining us tonight. Thank you, Arthur Patricia, for joining me tonight. I really, really appreciate you being here. For those of you who do not know me, I am Lena Lassiter. I have my master's in human services with the cognate and crisis and trauma. I'm an advanced grief recovery method specialist, director in corporate America, an author and founder and president of Forever Healed. Well, who's Forever Healed? We are a nonprofit organization and we help those who are suffering from a broken heart due to a loss of any kind to restore, to reclaim, and to recover. And how do we do that? We offer one-on-one and group grief recovery classes. We also present the hidden costs of grief in corporate. We have our own grief and empathy training that we also do in corporate. And we facilitate grief trainings in churches. And we are proud partners of the Richmond Police Department Homicide Support Group and the Richmond City Sheriff's Office. Tonight, we have a very, very special guest with us. And we're going to be talking about just vulnerability. We're going to be talking about strength. We're going to be talking about triumph over pain and over loss. But more importantly, how do we as women support and uplift one another? Why is that important? So, we're going to be talking about that tonight with Patricia Brown Coleman, and I'm going to introduce her. But I see that we have some comments. We probably have some folks who are telling you hello. Hi, Tanya. Thank you for joining in. Hi, Minister Ross. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Tanya. Thank you for joining. Hi, Doris. Good to see you. Minister Eugene, good to see you. Elder Marilyn, thank you so much for joining us tonight. So again, I have a very, very special guest with me tonight. I've been excited, all week to just have this conversation with her, just because of her light, because of her kindness, because of her heart, right? And we're just talking about Women's History Month and how we uplift one another. Hello, Regina. Thank you so much for joining us. Um, so I just thought that tonight it was appropriate to have you on to close out our session on Women's History Month. We're going to be talking about just grief and loss and how we recover, but more importantly, as women, as human beings, how do we uplift, and why is it important to encourage and just be kind and compassionate to others? So, Patricia Brown Coleman is a hometown girl. She grew up in Richmond, VA, where she currently resides with her husband, Deacon Randall Coleman. She and her husband are members of Divine World Changers International Ministries. Woo-hoo! And our pastors are Dr. Derwin Hickman Sr. and co-pastor Francois Hickman. Patricia is a kindness advocate and a philanthropist that loves to give back to the community through her small business, Kiss the Sky Innovations LLC. She's a published author, and her first book that was published was a book of poetry, Masterpieces from My Soul. And she said during a dream, God gave her the title and the content of her new book, Walk in Your Purpose and Truth, a book filled with affirmations and scriptures. And that was published in 2021.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. So, again, I just want to share that you are one of the most caring, the most giving individuals that I know.
Oh,
You promote, others, and you uplift others more than you do your own brand at times. You are
yes.
the most sincere and loving cheerleader, to others, including women. So I just
Yes.
want you to know, like, this is the reason that I absolutely want to have you on here with me tonight. I thought that it was just fitting to have
Yeah.
you on because of your heart,
Oh,
because of your compassion, because of your love for others, because of the way that you
yeah.
give back. So I definitely wanted to have this session with you to kind of just talk through some of this with you. There
Yes.
she is, guys. Just a beautiful woman, and just to share, just your journey. I know that you have also um, gone through and healed, from some losses. So I definitely want to make sure that we tap into some of that tonight as well. But I really want to tap into what motivates you to motivate other women. Um, and let's just talk about why that's important. I see another comment coming through. Oh, Regina said, yes, she does. Yeah,
Oh, thank
yes,
you, Regina.
really do. So I know that you have shared with me, and you can share as much or little as you would like to on this platform. But I would like to just address, because you share a lot, even watching, my live sessions, you were going and you're very transparent to talk through like some things that you have overcome. So I just wanted to talk about just endurance and healing and, just some losses or a loss that you have gone through and just talk to others like what gave you strength, how did you triumph through, how did you persevere through, what advice would you give other women who may be going through a loss tonight?
All right. I want to say hello to everyone and thank you, Minister Lena, for allowing me to come on your platform, and thank you for all what you do as a minister to me at Divine World Changers International Ministries. For women, I would really like to share about the loss of my brother a couple of years ago. And it was really hard because it was unexpected. He was in a car accident, and all of a sudden he was getting better. Then he just started to deteriorate. Um, I know that I even had to seek just talking to you, and it was a couple of things that you told me about just to write a letter to express my feelings, to open up about them, to just let that part go, to let go my feelings, and that helped me out a lot. Um, and I read it to him before he passed, and that made me even feel um, even the lightness that I was going to miss him, but I needed you to tell me to help me get me through that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that, some advice that I was able to give you during that time, was extremely helpful. And, I share with a lot of individuals, if someone is still living and you have that time, even if, someone says that they're transitioning, they can still hear you.
Oh yeah.
So if there are things that you just want to say, right, even if it's just thanking them for something that you didn't have the opportunity to thank them for, it's very helpful because you don't have that unresolved grief, right? You don't have those communications that you just weren't able to release when they were living. So I'm glad that that was helpful, and that and more importantly that you was like, okay, minister, what can I do? And you
Mhm.
actually took heed to the advice, So, but I'm glad that was helpful to you.
Yes, it was, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you for sharing that, and hopefully that helps someone who's watching tonight.
Yes.
Now I definitely want to dive into um, just uplifting one another, right? And why is that important? So,
Mhm.
author Patricia, as women, I believe that it's in our innate character to nurture, right, and to bring out the best in others.
Yes.
So I think just our nature, we just want to help others out. We want to lift others up. What motivates you in that way? Why
Um,
such a big heart, and what motivates you in that way?
well, I know my mom was that way, but as I grew closer and seeking God, it even got even stronger. We're here to help each other out, and love your brother and sister. And I just feel that in anything to give back with a love, just saying hello, a hug, or a kiss, you never know how you might make somebody day, or a little email or a little card. You never know, because I will want to be uplifted. but it's just like second nature to me, and God just flows through me with that. And I just believe in that, and I always believe to always lead by love, joy, and kindness.
Wow.
Always.
Wow. You know
Hmm.
what? You said a couple of things. Women uplifting other women is transformative, right?
Hmm.
You don't know how one small gesture of kindness, I mean, it can be extreme to the person who is the recipient of that, right? I mean, it can be
Hmm.
life changing for someone. So, to
Oh
your
yes.
point, like it doesn't have to be, it could be an email, right?
Hmm.
With some encouraging words, or I'm thinking about you, right? It can be a text message with, you never know how that one particular act of kindness can
Yes.
change someone's day. It can actually change their life. You know
Hmm.
what? Somebody could even be on the verge of, um, just think about everything that's going on in this world, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And someone could be on a verge of even considering ending their life, but
Hmm.
you said something kind to them. You said
Yes.
something uplifting to them.
Yes. Yes. And what's odd is I think when I started doing it, I was doing it actually for myself to uplift and encourage myself. And I said, God, and God was like, you know what? Just put out a little message like on Facebook every day.
Wow.
Um, just for you, but to spread to others.
Yeah. Let's talk about Kiss the Sky Innovations.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. So, talk to us about your business.
Okay. Kids the Sky Innovations started in 2018 when I wrote my first book, well, published my first book. Kids the Sky Innovations is it's under the umbrella of I'm an author, small business owner, philanthropist, kindness advocate, and also I'm a notary if anybody ever needs me. Um, and that's what Kiss the Sky is. And under also that umbrella is Active Kindness, Pay It Forward, where I go out into the communities when God put it on. He'll give me signs. He always talks to me and he tells me it's time. We'll probably go out and pay for somebody's grocery. I'll probably be in Wawa's and I'll be like, oh, pay for the 5 people coffee behind me. Or it's always when God moves me. It's such a warm feeling to give back to others. Even the smallest thing can mean a lot. You never know. You just never know. And that's why I want to continue with Kiss the Sky Innovations LLC and to keep pushing. And under that umbrella, I'm an author, so I'm already have 2 books. Uh, Surprise everybody, my prayer journal is coming out, and one more
Yeah.
surprise is coming soon. So it just warms my heart, and it just everything that God sends through me and downloads through me, it's all because of him. It's all for his glory. That's why I'm gonna keep on pushing this, and I just love it. It just warms my heart. Yes.
Ooh, that's amazing, right? So again, just those small acts of kindness, right? Just being generous,
Yes.
to those in a store, those you don't know, right? When you're led to do that, and again, you don't know how that could change someone's day. Somebody might be down to their last $2, and they're in the store to getting a cup of coffee, and then you pay for it. You don't know how that makes a difference, in someone's life. And you said something, you said, and it just gives me a good feeling. Well, believe it
Mm-hmm.
or not, when we are participating in acts of kindness, what
Mm-hmm.
happens in our brains is that these endorphins are released in our brain. And the endorphins are our pleasure sensors.
Mm-hmm.
So when you said it just give you that warm, fuzzy feeling, it's
Mm-hmm.
because you are activating those endorphins in your brain when you are giving to others. So
Oh,
I just wanted to, I just wanted to just share that with you, teach that to you tonight, because you said, you know what, I have this feeling. That's what
yes.
it is.
And
Yeah, I
that's
mean, Set a
It's
certain
moving.
part. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, those endorphins. Okay, they're really moving.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. So, you're giving something away, and then those
Hmm.
pleasure, sensors in your brain is being triggered.
Yes.
So if we think about it, then when we give, it's actually benefiting us as well.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. And
It's
what a
benefiting
wonderful
us in
feeling.
a healthy way.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
So talk to me about the first published book.
Oh, okay. That's kind of exciting. Um, it started in high school. It started back when I took a creative writing class. And if to this day, I'm going to try to find that creative writing teacher. I'm going to try to find her and tell her thank you because that was the beginning. Um, she just let us flow and what was on our mind and put that pen to paper.
Mm.
And I was so happy that I listened to her, all of my writings. That's why I love to write things down and I keep everything on paper, not always on a computer or always on the phone, but you could have your actual writings. And I kept all of that material. So when 2018 came up, that year came up, God said, author, author, it's time for you to publish. And I'm
Wow.
looking like, okay. And I remember when she told me, she said, always get your information copyrighted first. So I got it copywritten. And then I actually went to an editor. They kind of looked at everything and I published it on Amazon in 2018.
Wow.
I
That's
would have never.
amazing. But again, right, somebody depositing this in their time, right? And teaching you the writing skills, right? And the power behind putting that pen to paper. And you never forget that. And now
No.
you are blessing others from that lesson, that teacher, taught you. And I tell a lot of my clients and those of you who are watching tonight and, who are joining us live and watching the replay, writing is very therapeutic. And this is why I say it. And you guys probably get tired of me saying it every time I come, go live, but journal. Journaling
Mhm.
is so important.
Mhm.
Write down your feelings, write down those thoughts, write down those ideas that you have. But also coloring is a great way to combat anxiety, because I hear a lot today people talking about being anxious. But if you color, it can help that. And as adults, they have adult coloring books.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them. Oh, wow. I would like to do that.
Yeah, yeah. So writing is therapeutic. It's healing. But I think it's amazing though how that teacher deposited that in you, and you
Oh,
never
yes. Oh,
that and
yes.
that, right? And you even want to go back to just thinking that individual. All right, so that was the first piece. So you
Yes.
started writing in high school. You started writing down just your thoughts and things that were coming to you, and you put this masterpiece together. So talk to us about um, the second piece, right? So what inspired that, and just tell those who are watching what that piece is about.
Okay, my second book, Walking Your Purpose and Truth. Sorry, everybody, my voice, a little bit of the
It's okay.
allergies. Um, 2021. Well, actually, let me go back a little bit. 2020 was during a pandemic, and everybody was at home, and everybody was sent home to work. And never forget, it was in a dream. God came to me and He gave me the title and He gave me the content of the book. And I'm like, okay, God, oh, you want me to do this? Okay. Because I never thought I was going to write a book ever again. So I was obedient. And that night, next couple of days, and then always I work in the midnight hour. God get download stuff to me in the midnight hour. And I started just flowing. And in 2021, I released that book. Um, and I want to tell you something that's interesting. I was the first book that I wrote, I was like, do I want to have the first book at the book signing for the second book? And I thought to myself, I said, yes. Why? Because I wanted to show from the first book to the second book how I progress, and especially with my progress in with God and
Yeah.
where I am with Him. And you
Yeah.
could see the transition from the first book to the second book.
Mhm. So
Yes.
not only are you helping to transform others, but you can see your own transformation, right?
Yes.
In the gifts, that God whispered. God just started whispering in my ear while I'm sleeping as well. It's a beautiful thing. I was just sharing that with somebody.
Yes.
But yes, so you can also see your growth, right? So you can share that with others. So you see, we do reap what we sow, right? So you're transforming others. Others are growing
Yeah.
from your books, your affirmations, your journals, right?
Yes.
Um, and but you are also growing and maturing, in the process.
Yes. Yes. And that's the blessing. That's
Yeah,
the blessing.
yeah, yeah. So you said you had another secret, so I guess you can't share. Are we gonna be able to pull that out of you tonight, or do we have to wait on it?
No, that secret. Last year, I thought about a journal, and I'm gonna tell you the next secret is going to be affirmation cards.
Yeah.
And I was working on that last year, and then God just was like, this year, He was like, you know what? You need to go ahead and do that journal. And my husband was saying, well, I actually wanted to do a 40 or 50 page journal. He said, you got 150 pages in you. I was looking at my husband, Deacon Coleman. I was like, what? And there we go in that midnight hour, pen to paper. Within about 3 weeks, I had 150
Wow.
scriptures, thoughts, and affirmations.
Wow.
And I was like, my God, huh? This didn't come from me. This came totally from you.
Right.
So I'm going to do your will. And it is now published and it's available.
Yes. So tell us how we can get copies of any of your books.
Okay. Everything, you could go to Amazon.com.
Okay.
You could go to Barnes and Nobles for one of my hardback books. It's at Barnes and Noble. But you can go to my website, which is Kiss the Sky Innovations LLC.com. And that is my website.
Kiss
And
the Sky Innovation LLC.com.
yes, and you'll find everything there where you could go in and you could order. I could ship to surrounding counties in Richmond. I could deliver the book to you, um, or you could order. So it's available all those avenues. I'm excited.
Okay. All right. So the books, guys, available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, on the website. And she can also meet you somewhere if you're local to share a copy of the book. So for those
Yeah.
of you who are just joining us, author Patricia shared just her journey in dealing with the loss of her brother and how she was strengthened during that time and how she made it through. She also talked about her books that she has written over the years. And because it's Women's History Month, because trust me, she inspired men too. We were just talking about, as women, it's in our innate character, it's our nurture, right? To bring out the best in others. So we talked a little bit about that. So I just wanted to recap. And then number two, women uplifting other women is transformative. So we talked about one small gesture of kindness can be extreme to the recipient, the one who's receiving that act of kindness. And we also talked about when we give to others, it actually releases endorphins in our brain, and it activate our pleasure sensors. So that's why I feel so good. So when you are blessing others and you're giving to others, it benefits you too. And it benefits you mentally, and physically. So think about that. And for those of you who are chatting tonight, because I see we have a lot of comments coming in, and I really appreciate that, right? And author Patricia, we tend to talk about iron sharpening iron.
Yes.
What does that mean for you guys? I want you to put it in the chat. What does that mean to you? And author Patricia, what does that mean to you?
Now, that is so powerful because I believe what I have, I'm here to share with you. So if you have a book on your heart, or you want to go out there and do some exciting, we all have gifts and talents. I'm here to help you, to move you forward, to publish your book, anything you need to make you successful, because God wants us all going to be on that level. All of us are going to be there and going to get there. So I'm here for you. That's what that means to me. Iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpening iron. Yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Powerful.
Powerful. So she said, you know what? I'm going to be there for you. What's inside me, I'm going to share it with you. Regina says, always looking out for each other. Yes, yes. Come on, guys, bring it. What does iron sharpening iron mean to you? How do you sharpen others? What does that mean to you? Minister Angela says, accountability and support. Accountability and support. Because a lot of times we quote that scripture, right? Iron sharpening iron, but I think it's very befitting for what we're talking about tonight, right?
Yes.
So in order for iron to sharpen iron, ladies, Women History Month, remember, first of all, you need 2 pieces of iron.
Yes.
So you need the presence of others. Sometimes somebody might just need your presence. You need the presence of others, right? Back in the day, they used to use 2 tools. One would sharpen the other one. But guess what? One had to be stronger than the other one to sharpen it. So where someone else is weak and you are strengthened in that area, everything that we've seen tonight and we've heard tonight, yes, you want to use that strength to help that sister who may need some strengthening, to help that sister who may need some lifting, to help that sister who may need an encouraging word. What we heard tonight, somebody to be accountable, to be supportive, looking out for one another. And we have some more coming in too. Yes, being strong when I'm weak.
Yes.
Me and Mrs. Hall on the same page. Yes. Yeah, you reap what you sow. It's mutually beneficial. Yes, Miss Roberts, all day long. It's enough to go around. We all belong to the same family, as we all have the same father. Woo!
Yes, powerful.
Good. Yes, right. So again, we have to change our mindset sometimes. You know, about not thinking that other people need you. Well, in order to sharpen a piece of iron, you need the presence of someone else, y'all.
Yes.
So as women, let's keep uplifting one another, extending grace to one another, always thinking positive intent. Yes. And remember that some things aren't about us. Let me say it again. Some things aren't about us. So you haven't heard from somebody, they may not be calling you, but guess what? Maybe they're going through something. Perhaps they're going through something. So we have to continue to love on one another, ladies, be there for one another, and freely share the empowering, kind gifts that are on the inside of us.
Yes.
So, author Patricia, I'm going to give you the last closing words. How do you want to close us out tonight? You can share anything that's on your heart, or you can comment on anything that's been said. Quentin said, absolutely. And Angela, she said, that's good, Minister. Thank you, Minister. Okay. All right. Author Patricia, the floor is yours.
Well, I want to close tonight by saying the statement I made a few minutes ago: always lead by love, joy, and kindness. You never know, by just making someone day, you could just say hello or how you doing, or just, hey, girl, you want to have lunch? The smallest little thing could make a difference in someone's life. And always, always do that. And just be present. Just be present. And love goes a long way. Love
There you
goes a
go.
long way.
There you go. You just summed it up nicely, right? Just
Yeah.
walk in love.
Yes.
Just walk in love. I really appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you for the books that you have written to help uplift us. Um, I really appreciate that. And
Yeah.
I just pray that you continually reap what you have sown out to others. I pray that you will continue to prosper in every
Yeah.
area, of your life because of your heart. Someone said it earlier. I think Minister Eugene, you just have just a servant heart, and we can all learn, from you. So I just want to thank all of you for joining in tonight, and again, just being so interactive with us. You have some comments that say yes, they love you. Amen. You're leading by example. Um, Thank you for being so loving.
Oh,
And
thank
they Stephanie Dixon is saying hello to you. Um, and thank you, Minister Lena. We love you and all you do. Oh, thank you, Regina. I love you. I love you as well. So I hope that this encouraged you tonight. As women, we have to continue to inspire, lift one another up. Regina, I really appreciate what you do as well. You guys know she
you.
was a past guest. She does a lot of things for those for children who are
Yes.
I forgot the right term for it, Regina, but they're transitioning out of foster care. So she has
Yes.
a heart for those young adults, and I love what she does. So
Yes.
you guys know what to do. So please share this video if you think that it would help and to bless someone else who needs to be encouraged. Also, if you want to have a consult with us free of charge, you can reach out to us at foreverheal.com. Our website is here on the screen for a free consult. Um, let's see, we have some more comments. I love you, Minister Angela, and thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank
Also,
you.
we have Doris on here, so I'm gonna put her on the spot tonight because we're gonna try to get Doris Roberts on here with us. I've been trying to get her on here for a while, but we have a lot of clients who ask us what can they do off the pat, right? When
Yes.
somebody's grieving, like what can I buy for them, basically. So we have partnered with Doris Roberts
Yeah.
to she's going to create some of her love box for our clients, and we're going to have them on our website for purchasing. So if you know someone who's going through grief, we got a grief box, some tools for them that we are going to send out. And Doris is amazing. She's so creative. So she has helped to create some boxes for us. So we're gonna get her on here to talk about her business, as well. So I love you guys. I love everybody who joined. Thank you so much for joining us, keeping us encouraged, keeping us going. Peaceful rest to all of you. Walk in your healing. Until next time, good night.
Good night.